Once again, good day everybody. It's the 29th of December. It's about 11:30 in the morning. And that seems later. I got up really early. I got up at like 1:30 in the morning. So explain that one. I guess I'm a kind of a strange guy. But it's a Sunday. A lot of people walking around for a Sunday. You can't believe this. Look at all this. I had to hurry past all these people, these babushkas and dedushkas, you know, running around doing the shopping probably before New Year's. And I forgot to wish you all a Merry Christmas, a little bit belated. And I will wish you a Happy New Year in advance. I don't know when I'm going to make another video. I have a test tomorrow. I shouldn't even be out running around. You know, big test. So anyway, I wanted to talk about two people today. Let's see, I took notes. I don't even know if I have them. I've already been running around this morning doing all different kinds of things. Okay, I want to talk about two people more than anything else. It's a little bit like some strange news. It's not anything about any events really, but it's about some people. One is Candace Owens and the other one is Elon Musk, and some sort of incidences about them. First I'll talk about Candace Owens. As you all know, maybe, if you're interested in Candace Owens at all, she has got the Anti-Semite of the Year award. And of course she's not an anti-Semite, but it's I think that's given by the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. And of course they're, I think they're even seen as a terrorist organization by, was it some governments or certain organizations anyway? I don't know. But they're a bunch of crazy lunatics anyway. And I'm not even sure what their game is, but they're there obviously to exploit. Very shady organization, very terrible people. Probably shadow run by Benjamin Netanyahu for all I know. Anyway, Candace Owens, I think she kind of used to stick up for Israel, but now she doesn't anymore. And it's mostly not necessarily Israelis, but it's, I guess, a lot of the regime in Israel at present at least. And there is a lot of people there, really hateful people, and they are just like Ukrainians. A lot of Ukrainians, let me qualify that. They are like supremacists, and it's very strange because they did experiments, I remember, I think it was even in the 60s, and they demonstrated that it's very easy to make people turn into being some sort of supremacist or something. I don't know, I remember seeing that in school. You know, it's sort of to explain how it happened in Nazi Germany. And obviously, these people that are supportive of Ukraine, even a lot of them from different countries, are also, you know, going in that direction as supremacists. It's very sad, very sad. I guess we are all pretty weak people, and it's kind of an art, I guess, to think for yourself nowadays and start you know, seeing what the real truth is instead of having people tell you what they want you to believe and make you do what they want you to do based on that. So I don't know, where should I go? I have to go inside of this kind of a little mall, and I didn't know how long it would take. I gotta wait for all this traffic and do all this stuff. Come on, no signal, going very slow. Don't know what that person's doing. Let's go look at it. I think there's a car wash over there. We'll just walk by here. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Candace Owens. I saw her, there was a short on YouTube, and there was some rabbi trying to make her look really bad, and she just tore the backside off of that guy, you know, with not being angry, but just with her information. This guy, I don't know how he was slandering her, and, you know, very confident, and she just cleaned the floor with the guy. That's one thing you don't do. You do not get into a debate with Candace Owens unless you're on her side. So that's something to realize. And I don't know, you got to look around and you can find out she's actually even more popular now after she got this award than she was beforehand. Very fascinating. Okay, and also now let's talk about Elon Musk. Elon Musk, he made some sort of a comment about the, what is it called? The Alternative for Deutschland Party, the AfD, as being the only hope for Germany to get out of their, I don't know, their path to destruction, I guess you could call it. And well, he's got a big point on that, and I think Elon Musk is mostly talking about just the gosh, cars all over the place here. Just talking about the immigration policies of these crazy lunatics, you know, the CDU, CSU, when Angela Merkel was there and trying to import millions of people. And Olaf Scholz is not much different, I guess, with his coalition party. You know, they have the FDP, the Greens, and the SPD. So all three of those parties, traffic light coalition. And I don't know, Sarah Vaughan Connect Party, what is it called, the BSW? I don't know. She has some very good things, policies as well. And if I didn't mention it, I did mention it, I guess, before. But she's married to Oscar Lafontaine, who used to be at the top of the party for the SPD, and he was running for chancellor against Helmut Kohl back in those older days. And it's very strange that even though she has a lot of the same, well, her party has the same platform as the AfD, everybody refuses to go into a coalition with the AfD. Even though it is getting to the point, I believe now, they said that CDU, CSU had an edge on popularity, and the AfD was in second place, but I think lately, I think the AfD is the more popular party, and part of the reason for that is that Merz, who leads the CDU, CSU, and I think he's from Bavaria, so he'd probably be a CSU, that he is for pumping Ukraine with more weapons and giving them more destructive power, actually maybe having Germany take part in the war, and I don't think the Germans really appreciate that. So all he's doing is helping out the AfD, and I guess that's I'm not even sure how her name was it Alice Weidel or Alice Weidel? But anyway, and I guess she's got some heavy credentials behind her too, so she's quite a accomplished person. In case you're looking at this sort of thing, you know, the German election, because as Germany goes, so goes the EU, and but I think the snap election is supposed to take place in February. We have an election here, 26th of January in Belarus, so we're going into an election season in a lot of places. I don't know about Romania, you know. That was a crazy thing there, if you guys have been following that. And you know, they just had that election in Georgia, and the United States and the EU didn't like the party that won, so you know, they're protesting and trying to sabotage that. And there was a runoff election, of course, a pre-election, I guess you say, in Romania. It was the first election, and you know, it's probably like a lot of parties, a lot of countries, if the party who actually wins doesn't have a majority, I guess then they have to have a second election. And the guy who actually got the majority of votes is also somebody that the EU does not like. So I think they got the courts to nullify the election completely. And then I guess there's some sort of evidence that points to the fact that possibly one of the parties, the major parties, the anti-people party, is actually funded this TikTok campaign, and I don't even know what that's all about. It sort of reminds me of what's going on in Israel when you realize that Hamas was actually founded by the Israeli government. And I think up until this October 7th, even Netanyahu was supporting Hamas. So, which is very strange, but it's understandable because they want to create a boogeyman. You know how some people figure that way. And then they make the boogeyman look bad, and then they come out as a knight in shining army, I guess. Shining army if they come and defeat the boogeyman. I'm just throwing this stuff out here. Who knows what the real thing is? Anyway, one thing I like about Candace Owens is she basically finds she didn't say so, but she hints that she sees Netanyahu like most of us do in the world. This guy is probably a Satan on earth, And if you really look at evidence, and you know, people they compare everybody to Adolf Hitler, you know, oh, worse than Adolf Hitler, Donald Trump, or anybody, you know. Benjamin Netanyahu, I'll tell you what, he's probably worse than that, because a lot of the stuff about Adolf Hitler was even exaggerated beyond, you know, anything. And then now you have people coming out and saying that Stefan Bandera of Ukraine didn't massacre all those Jews in the polls. And then they don't even mention the fact that he massacred about a million Belarusians. He killed far more Belarusians than he did Poles, but I don't know, for some odd reason the world doesn't want to talk about that. I don't know, because they're Belarusians, I guess. And I think I could send a message out to the Belarusians because of that, because they don't want to recognize that. Do you think that the West is going to be your friends once they take over Belarus? Because they just want to use you as a useful idiot, as they're doing with Ukraine, in order to get Russia, bring it to a strategic defeat, move in, take over the resources, you know, and get themselves more rich and more privileged and more dominant. The masters of the universe. So that's what that's all about. Anyway, did I figure everything out about Elon Musk? So, yeah, Musk, you never know if that guy, whose side he's on. You know, there's a lot of things I like about Musk. It's some things just like Trump. A lot of things you like about Trump. You know, things you don't like. And, you know, I guess we're just going to all have to wait and see. Elon Musk, apparently he's got some defense contract agreements, and I guess that's very secretive. So he's working with making probably some weapons and things like that too. So he's got a shady side as well. And of course, we all heard from Maduro of Venezuela that Musk was heavily involved in trying to overthrow that government. So I don't know. Like I said, we have to wait and see. You never know what is a rumor, what's true. And it's like wherever you're at, I'm sure you haven't seen with your own eyes very much. Neither have I. Sometimes different sites, different people. Russian government, for example, they show you the documents, they photograph them and show you them online. So, but of course that's why Sputnik and RT are blocked in the United States. The truth hurts. Truth is treason in the empire of lies. Okay, that's about all I have for this video today. And like I said, I got to get on there and go shopping, and I got a big test tomorrow. But I'm grateful for a lot of you that join me on these videos. Oh, and somebody also put something on there that they had gotten, what is that, notifications or something from, or whatever the screen is or something from YouTube, that even though they never clicked on mine, that they got some notification that it's somebody, my site or my channel is somebody that they might like. So I don't know, I guess they do some, I guess you call it cold calling on some people, but I don't think it's very much. Like I've mentioned that before, I know people, and I know that YouTube does find their ways to work against people as well. But and I've seen people, you can't even believe it. I mentioned it before, there's like some rapper, and nobody's really ever heard of the guy, and then you see that he's got like 1.4 billion views, which means, what is it, the two most populous countries on earth, everybody in those countries have seen them. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So it's a bunch of fake crap. Anyway, and it wasn't even Chinese. You'd think it would be Chinese or Indian. I think it was, I don't know, some sort of a ethnic guy or whatever, jumping around. Music wasn't even that great. That's a bunch of stupid stuff. Anyway, that's about all I want to say. Thank you for joining me, and have a great Sunday. And if I don't make a video beforehand, have a happy New Year. Thanks again. Bye.